everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Happy Life. It's me, Life, of course, and then I have HappyNessa, of course. In today's video, we are talking about how a gratitude list will change everything. So, in the beginning of my journey, I've shared this with you guys several times, that I really didn't look around and see much to be grateful for. I was good at being depressed, basically. I was really good at looking around and seeing the lack that there was in my life. And when I tell you a gratitude list really does change things, I mean that. We all know that writing is very powerful. We know that once you put those things down on paper, it really does help you to get it subconsciously. And that's what we're working to kind of change or reprogram is our subconscious mind, not so much our conscious mind. So we have to be purposeful with the practices that we do on an everyday basis, and practicing gratitude is going to be one that will really, really help you along your journey, and going not only just being grateful, but writing it down is very powerful. So a gratitude list will absolutely change your life. But HappyNessa, what do you have to say about gratitude? I know this is one of your favorite topics.
It is. I want to bring up an expression called fake it until you make it, to kind of balance out anyone who's not there yet. If you're not there to where gratitude is everything and this is natural for you, fake it till you make it is scientific. So what the science shows is that even if you aren't grateful, even if gratitude feels a stretch, if you literally just practice what life is saying, if you write it down, or if you wake up and start saying thank you multiple times as you start your day, whatever the little gratitude practice is, once you start to do it on a repetitive basis, irregardless if you're resisting it or don't feel it genuinely, at some point something switches in your brain. Your brain has a hard time distinguishing between the fantasy world and reality. So that's why, for example, if you do a fake smile, a fake smile versus a real smile, your brain doesn't know the difference. It's still going to release those awesome hormones that make you feel good. So with gratitude, what I'm trying to say is fake it until you make it if you're not already there, because at some point it's going to be a switch. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Like a lot of data says, a pattern sometimes has to happen 21 days or longer, which doesn't seem that long for some people. But when it doesn't feel genuine, it seems like a long time. Either way, just go in the right direction. Do some specific gratitude practice consistently. And one of the things that I do, so I like to write it down. And I feel like when I write my gratitude down, I don't say I'm any happier or more grateful writing it down versus not, as long as I'm doing it consistently is what matters. But when I write it down, I remember more things to be grateful for, is what I feel. If I don't write it down, I'm missing some of the little gems of every day. Whereas if I write it down, I'm like, wow, that's something that I probably wouldn't have even really thought about had I not written it down. So I do encourage you writing it down. But if you're someone who's resistant to writing it down, or if that's just not happening, literally you can wake up, and this has been so powerful for me. I literally say thank you maybe 15 to 20 times when I first, as soon as I wake up for the day. Or I will do that if I'm about to feel myself get agitated. I'll just be like, okay, no, I'm just going to thank you. And I'll just say it for I don't know how long it is. But with that being said, that literally is an act that takes a few seconds or maybe a minute or whatever. Mm-hmm. It is so powerful. I promise you. I don't do it every day, but it's almost like 75% of my days or more. Those days when I start off saying thank you repetitively, it's powerful. I mean, it is what it is. So I just want to balance it out. If you're not there yet, where this gratitude thing is oh, it's awesome, then I'm telling you, fake it till you make it, and you will be feeling and looking exactly how we look right now. And I think it's a real power.
Yeah, that fake it till you make it thing, that's really what I had to do in the beginning. But when I think back, it wasn't really faking it, so I was making it. I was picking things that I was really grateful for. So even the small things like the water and things that were obvious. I am grateful to have legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm grateful to have the vision that I do have with my eyes. And so when you think about it, you might not have been naturally feeling that or thinking about that, but it is something that you are going to resonate with. So even if you are kind of faking it, you're still going to end up thinking about things that you are truly grateful for. So even if you do it once to twice a day, it's going to be so powerful. So if you take a notebook similar to this one, you can just write down a few things in the morning and maybe a few things at night that you are grateful for. And it can be as simple as having hot water to take a bath in. That was one of the main real big things that I would say I was grateful for. And so those are the types of things that I would write down. And you would think those are kind of simple things, but they really, really are powerful. In the beginning of my journey, I was so engrossed in gratitude, and I would cry for no reason at all. And it really wasn't for no reason at all. It was just because I was starting to really feel grateful inside. It's like I mentioned, I didn't feel that internally in the beginning, but the more I did it, the more I practiced gratitude every day and all day. So all day I would look around for things that I could be grateful for, whether they be small or big in my life. And I would break out into tears at any given moment. So much so that I had a friend ask me, like, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm just so happy. I'm just so grateful." So I really do want to just drill that in with you guys. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, that's it. It doesn't have to be time consuming. To use the power of gratitude does not have to take a lot of time. It is the most powerful thing, even if you do a few seconds a day.
Absolutely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short video on gratitude. Please remember that a gratitude list, even if it's in your mind, keep that list going and add to it over and over. It will absolutely change your life. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching to the end, and have a happy life.
Have a happy life. See ya.